All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin. I'm Lou Pierro, your host for this morning. Be with you throughout the day. I want to welcome you to the 30th Annual Elder Law Forum. I have 3 children, and my oldest is now 30 years old. So they have grown up with the Elder Law Forum, and so have I. And today we're thrilled to have the people that are dedicated to the mission of serving our elders and people with disabilities throughout New York State, are passionate about that. And we're not just talking about the people up on the podium, but the people in this room. You're here for a reason. The same reason they're here, and that is that we need to build empathy back into government and government programs. We need to have responsibility and character as part of what we do every day. And with the Elder Law Forum, we are trying to bring that to you, and we are so grateful that you are bringing it right back to us. So give yourselves a round of applause. And for all of you online, we have 1,200 people registered for this event. There are 400 live and 800 that are watching the live stream. So thank you to everyone that's going to be part of it. There are materials for today, and the materials can be viewed at the Elder Law Forum event page. There on your screen, pierrolaw.com, events, annual Elder Law Forum. For your virtual attendees, your mics are muted. You can interact on chat. You can pose questions for the speakers on Q&A. I can tell you, we had 1,000 questions last year. We won't get to all of them, but the chat becomes very live, and so you can interact with the 800 people out there watching just like you, and a lot of times questions get answered that way. We do have a survey form. It's very important to us. We help shape this program year over year. We hope to be here. I hope to be here for 31. And so please give us your feedback on the things you want to see and want to have as part of this Elder Law Forum. And for social workers, we are very pleased to be able to present to you 6 credit hours for today's presentation. You have to be present for the entire program to receive those CE credits. And you can always share what you're doing here at the forum on social media, hashtag ELF, ELF 2025. So with that, let's begin. This is our law firm, Pierro, Connor, and Strauss, and we are just a law firm. We present this Elder Law Forum, but we have gotten support from so many wonderful organizations that have taken it upon themselves to be part of this day, and we thank them for that. These are our attorneys. We have offices here in Albany, down in New York City, Garden City, Long Island, a few other places throughout New York State. Our practice is dedicated to estate planning, elder law, and everything that goes with it and around it. And this is our amazing list of sponsors. This is not an inexpensive day to present, and without their help, it wouldn't exist. So thank you to everybody that's on this slide, everyone who is supporting the Elder Law Forum. We are so grateful for your participation and help with the forum. So how did we get here to where we are in 2025? I feel like I'm under assault personally on a day-to-day basis by the things that are going on around me. Anybody else feel that way? Anybody else having trouble sleeping at night, having a little more anxiety than you usually have? It's an amazing time, and for 30 years, we were here with more of a stable environment, but today the instability and the volatility, that's kind of the word of the day, volatility is with us. Go back to 1965, President Lyndon Johnson, the Great Society program, brought us the programs that we've been talking about for the last 30 years here at the forum, Medicare and Medicaid. And I will quote him in the preamble of the Medicare Act: "No longer will illness crush and destroy the savings that they have so carefully put away over a lifetime so that they might enjoy dignity in their later years." That's what Medicare was supposed to bring us. A nation is judged not on how its most prosperous thrive, but on how it cares for its most vulnerable. We need to keep that tenet in mind as we go through our day-to-day lives and the jobs that you all do in this world. In 1986, Ken Dykewald wrote a book called The Age Wave and predicted everything that's happened to us since that time in terms of aging and the impact that it would have on society. We've been here since 1995 with the Elder Law Forum, which started as a little seminar for 30 people just for an hour or two talking about elder law topics, and we've grown to where we are today. Major change in 1997, which we had to deal with, which was Medicare cuts and the balancing of the federal budget. How is that? What's our debt now? $36 trillion? And the deficit, 2 trillion, 3 trillion. So balancing the budget was something that happened, and there were severe cuts to Medicare in 1997. And it took a lot of home health agencies out of business. Many of you weren't alive yet and are here in this room in 1997. So we reacted to that, and the world filled in. But as Medicare retrenched from long-term care, there used to be 35 hours per week of home health care under Medicare. With a team of people, RN, social workers, serving people under the Medicare system. Anybody old enough to remember that? It went away. What filled the gap? Medicaid. Medicaid became the payer of last resort, but in today's world, the only payer for long-term care services. So in 2005, I was part of the New York State Bar Elder Law section, and we wrote a report on long-term care in New York State. We had looked at every aspect of it, and much of what we're going to talk about for the rest of today are the very same issues that we had in that report in 2005. We have not progressed a great deal. In 2005, long-term care insurance was still seen as the way out of the Medicaid dilemma. Long-term care insurance has not lived up to that billing, and we're going to talk about what long-term care insurance looks like today, what's left of it. There are still some wonderful private insurance products that we're going to learn about this afternoon, and it has to be part of personal responsibility. The New York State Partnership, which was one of the most innovative plans in long-term care insurance, which combined insurance coverage. You insure yourself for 3 years in a nursing home. If you run out of insurance, you exempt all of your assets and you go right on to Medicaid. That was a brilliant program. It has not survived. There are still policies out there. If you have any clients or constituents that own a New York State Partnership policy, don't let them lapse it. Keep the coverage. Those policies are worth their weight in gold, but you can't buy them anymore today. So what has filled the gap? Medicaid. And Medicaid is nursing home insurance. A lot of people think of it that way, but in New York State, Medicaid has become home care insurance. And we have a robust, probably the most robust home care program in the country, right here in New York State. And we have said that year over year. New York State gets a tremendous amount of credit for taking care of people where they want to be in their own homes. But that has not come without challenge. The numbers, the budget, the amount of money that it's taking to keep people in their homes is astounding. So now we're going to talk about budgets. We're going to talk about Medicaid, changes to Medicaid, staffing shortages, which is driving a lot of what we're seeing today. And we're going to look forward. We sit here today and we can ruminate over the last 30 years and how we failed in our mission to take care of our most vulnerable population. But let's look forward. Let's see what we can do today. And we have experts across the board in every industry, and we're going to start with government, providers, insurers that are looking at ways to improve the care that people receive and to let them have dignity, choice, and security throughout their aging years. Last year, we had a speaker, Dan Reingold, and he got the only standing ovation last year at the program, and his line that got the standing ovation was, "We need to burn it all down," because it just doesn't work. The system is broken, and we have likened it to rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, but folks, the Titanic is taking on water faster than ever. So we have a federal budget that's being proposed, that's going to be talked about. We have a state budget. Can we innovate our way through this problem? We have PACE programs here. We have DSNP insurance programs here. We have private long-term care insurance programs here. Innovation, ways to take care of people in ways that just haven't really been in the mainstream yet. Staffing continues to be a major issue. Technology has to be part of the solution. So today, we hope that you can join with us, stay with us throughout the day. We are going to learn together. We are going to be better and we're going to show the passion that has brought us here for 30 years to take care of those vulnerable citizens.